Yo yo, what's up? This is Skull and Bones 444 again. Um sorry, I'm a little late with this, but I'm gonna try to catch up with all the horoscope signs right now. That for this new moon that passed not too long ago, it was like what, December 1st? I'm not sure when the full moon is, but you get what I mean. Anyways, you guys already know all the synchronicities that you've been seeing because I'm not the only tarot reader that has been mentioning all of the synchronicities that you've seen, okay? And well, uh unfortunately what I wrote here downloads and have you all ever seen the movie 8 Mile or 10 Mile? It had the rapper Eminem in it, and they were having a dual fight with a song 1, 2, 3 on the timer. They were having a dual song and um, calling each other out on their dirty laundry and shit. And I'm a part of the collective. I'm a divine feminine, and my karmic masculine is a Leo. I am so sorry for all the good, positive Leos out there. Oh my God. Um, but think of this as a showdown because the gossip and the rumors, all the shit talking has been never ending. Okay, according to this person, divine feminine, aka me, stupid, uh, no intelligence, psyche. They thought they had it in the bag, my psyche, and they thought that I was really innocent when it came to life experiences. And it was just because of the way I came off with, the way I dress, my demeanor, all of it. Judged a book by its cover. 255 on the timer. Well, here's my reps. Okay, I called it Leo, karmic masculine having a tower moment of karma for talking shit about divine feminine. Underestimated her intelligence, psyche, and life experiences. 323 on the timer. The karmic masculine really underestimated the divine feminine in several ways. Her looks, her behavior, her psyche. He started to study her psyche and the way that she ticks as soon as they started dating. The way she socialized and interacted with people, how she reacted and handled her emotions with certain situations, etc. However, when it comes to psychology and analyzing the mind of one's psyche, you can't just rely on one's behavior as an adult. You must learn about the childhood as well because that plays a part in how the individual will develop and the type of person that they'll become in their later years. If you look and read into several psychology books, like I'm not a professional and I'm not an expert, I'm not claiming to be an expert, but if you go out there and educate yourself on psychology, they talk about how, when kids are young, okay, what they had was here's a circle. They drew a circle. Damn it. I want to give you all a quick little. I used to be a teacher, guys, but it didn't work out for me. And you know what? I'm glad that it didn't. There's too many damn politics and bullshit involved, and I found my true north, what I am meant to be. Okay, here's me nerding out a bit. Okay, so you have this circle, this dot. You have that dot, right? That's the child, and I'm gonna write that down. The child, and then you have this big circle around them, okay? That big ass circle, that is their environment with parents or their guardians, whatever. So put surrounding environment, and I'm just gonna put child rearing. So as they say, like nature versus nurture, but regardless. And here's their surrounding environment with this big ass circle. The big dot in the middle is the child, and then you have the child rearing, which is outside in the circle too. Well, as this child grows up, okay, and we're talking like elementary, okay, they will start to create a certain personality based on their surrounding environment, how strict the parents are, okay? Um, Maybe they felt overwhelmed by how much shit was thrown at them, not just their academics and any high standards that were thrown at them that they felt that were unobtainable, and it put a lot of pressure on them, but they still, kept fighting through it. And perhaps the parents also wanted to get these kids involved in extracurricular activities. 8:18 on the timer when I said this. Wanted to get this child involved in all kinds of extracurricular activities that either the kid wanted to get involved in that, and um, whether soccer, football, playing the guitar, whatever. The kid loves it, right? The music teacher loves their performance. However, because the parents have such high ass standards, of course, on the ride home, they're going to critique the shit out of that child. So what happens is this child, their world starts getting smaller because their world starts getting smaller because you shut down. If you're constantly being bitched at or critiqued, you start shutting down and the pressure becomes too much. But there's been plenty of success stories with kids that come from these types of homes, and their mentality is Oh, you really think that I can't make it? You really think that I can't get into this university or I can't, you know, uh, be the greatest quarterback here of the university? 10-10 on the timer? Then fuck you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna prove to you that I can do it. Okay? And along the way, as the child grows up, their the ego separates itself from pride. Pride, think of it as just it's in your imagination. This emotion, pride, it's something that the brain has created, okay? Like you take pride in yourself for being, first chair violin. Which I mean, I used to play the violin, loved it. I was second chair. I tried so hard to get to first chair, but I had a hard time with vibrato. But 11:22 on the timer, and well, that's how I ended my freshman school year of high school was second chair. I mean, let go of your pride, suck it up, it is what it is. And then the ego. Once the pride goes, then so does the ego. Okay? And once that happens, this child is gonna either take it in a positive direction or a negative direction. It's like if they have no ego, it's called ego death, and it's called the dark night of the soul, where you have to face all of your inner demons, 12:21 on the timer. And some of these kids that, grow into adults and shit, they don't want to face their inner demons. But then on the other hand, some kids have the balls to do that. Unfortunately, karmic masculine does not have the balls to do it because it's too painful, it's too hard. They would rather just ignore it altogether and suppress the emotions with all kinds of alcohol and substances. Okay. Mhm. With that being said, the karmic masculine judged the divine feminine based on her adulthood and forgot to look into the details of her childhood. In fact, just because the divine feminine came from a wealthy family in a nice house doesn't mean that she wasn't exposed to abuse. I say that because the divine feminine has been abused in every way, verbally, mentally, emotionally, sexually, and physically. She was verbally, mentally, and emotionally abused by kids her age because she was the black sheep and she was usually the last person to be picked when it came to creating teams for school sports. When you're in PE class, you know, you have that one main kid or two main kids who are like, I pick so and so, I pick so and so, for like dodgeball and shit. And well, usually I was the last one who was picked. And uh I dealt with it. Did it hurt? Fuck yeah, it hurt. But I dealt with it. It just taught me a lesson of if you're being chosen as the last one, then fucking practice, man. Don't make an ass out of yourself in the PE classroom. fucking practice. And the same thing went for all kind of other sports, whether it was basketball, soccer, whatever. Practice so the next time you got this shit in PE class, you don't embarrass the fuck out of yourself. That rejection put fire up my ass to practice and do better, which I don't think the karmic masculine ever looked at shit that way. It was just, oh, I'm rejected, I'm abandoned. I don't think that he ever looked at it from a positive way of, we need more practice. We're not professionals, just we need more practice. Okay. So yeah, I'm creating teams for school sports in high school and college. Family member told her that she was useless, a waste of life, a complete failure, a stupid bitch, and that she trigger warning, trigger warning, and, and that she should kill herself by hanging herself on the tree in the backyard, and even offered money to buy the rope. And she's also been raped twice in her life. So you know what, karmic masculine? If that's not abuse and heartache, then I don't know what the fuck is. The thing is, I don't just tell this information to everybody automatically. This kind of information has to be earned with trust from somebody. So, however, despite this cruelty, she always knew in her heart that that she wasn't any of those horrible things and that she was being called on a daily basis. And that's because she realized that this family member was an angry individual because of the toxic environment they were surrounded by while growing up. The toxic environment that that person grew up in was a house full of nothing but alcoholics and angry alcoholics. Okay? So don't tell me that I'm stupid and innocent and don't know shit about life. Furthermore, after these episodes of abuse, her father, grandfather, and two uncles always came to her aid and reminded her that she was a wonderful person and that unfortunately, hurt people. And that's exactly what this family member was doing. This family member was hurt from their own upbringing and wanted to hurt other people, but chose me because I was a child. And I don't know about you guys, but I was raised that children do not talk back. Children do not talk back. That's how I was raised. And if you did talk back, you were going to get punished in some sort of way. So I just kept my mouth shut. And also, hurt people. It's like misery loves company. 1919 all the time. So this person wanted me to be as miserable as they were. These men always defended me and taught me many good life lessons, especially when it comes to being independent and never relying on a man to take care of you or abuse you. The minute they abuse you in any way, leave the relationship ASAP because it's only going to get worse. Now, when it comes to the way the divine feminine dresses, she wears clothes that she likes, whether it be something rebellious or something on the softer side, like an outfit that would be considered fun, not slutty fun for a club, but just fun for, a girls' outing or whatever. 2022 on the timer. Mm. And with that being said, I think that everyone deserves to have a day to dress up like a badass too if they want. The divine feminine was raised by a strict code of conduct when it came to behavior for all sorts of events, had an advanced education, self control, and discipline when it came to budgeting money. Here's the funny shit. This was 2055 on the timer. My advanced education by fifth grade, okay, we were all learning how to balance checkbooks and how to write checks by fifth grade. And these are all essential life skills. I mean, nobody writes checks anymore, but this taught us how to budget our money and shit. Like, this school didn't fuck around, they didn't play. Hmm, okay. And they also taught us how to be grateful for what we got because not everybody has the same tools in life. Thus, making life harder on them. In addition to this, when the Divine Feminine was in the sixth grade, the teacher took the whole class on a field trip to the Salvation Army and the Red Cross to see what it was like to live in those types of places, but more importantly, to give us a reality check on how blessed we were to have our own homes and individual space because each room was occupied by two sets of families. That's worse than a fucking dorm room, yo. In one dorm room, you've only got two students. So these were dorm rooms. That's the only way I can call them, but they had more space than the regular college one because they were each room had to fit two families in each one. That's crazy. That blows my fucking mind. You have no peace. You have no privacy. But hey, I'll never forget, there was a guy who had said, is it crowded? Yes. Do we get on each other's nerves at times? Yes. But you know what? Fuck it. At least we have a roof over our head. We get, food to eat and a place to shower. And those are little simple things that a lot of people take for granted, man. Hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, but despite these conditions, these people had said that they were happy to have a roof over their head, blah, blah, blah. And we had to work in the kitchen preparing their lunch and then serving them after that, etc. Talk about a hell of an eye opener, yo. Finally, right before Christmas break, our teacher made us look through Walmart catalogs and pick out toys for the kids in the homeless shelters. Our teacher went out shopping for the toys and then took us back to the families and delivered these toys to these kids. You should have seen the looks of joy on their faces. It was such a humbling experience. And most of the kids in my classroom, including myself, we cried out of joy too. Because you know what? It feels good to make others happy. Not everybody feels that way, I know that. But I know that not everybody in the world is like that either. There is still hope in humanity that there are people who like to see other people happy. And this was the situation. It was awesome. Furthermore, the divine feminine's parents raised her based on the motto of, when you leave the house, please behave yourself because your behavior is a reflection of how we raised you. So basically, if you act really nice, then whoever you're hanging out with, those parents are going to think, oh, this kid came from a good home. 25:55 on the timer. But if you act like a little shit, then those parents are going to think that your parents are shitheads too. Because as they say, the motto is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But I do understand that there are some exceptions to that rule. Anyways, hmm, of course, the divine feminine would have her days when she felt like acting up, though, but not to the extreme. Like, there was no reckless sex at a young age. Okay, no stealing from others. There was no sneaking out of the house. But she did do it a bit in preschool. So, ooh, smack, smack. Okay. And didn't skip school because the faculty and administration didn't put up with that type of bullshit. Going back to the topic of analyzing the divine feminine psyche and the way she ticks, the way she socializes and interacts with people, and how she reacts and handles her emotions in different situations. Given this information, the karmic masculine really fucked up by analyzing her just based on her age and her good demeanor, which made him think that she was gonna be an easy target. But he failed to look deeper into her childhood so that he could get a deeper understanding of what she experienced and why she is the way that she is. Maybe he could have learned a thing or two and incorporated this information into his own life. 27:57 on the timer. But you know what? Even if the karmic had dug deeper into the feminine's life and saw what she experienced, I highly doubt that he would have incorporated any of those lessons into his life because he's a cocky know it all. And, he knows everything. Finally, collective needs to know that their physical and mental health is being attacked. Okay? The opposition is trying to attack the physical and mental health of the collective in the following ways: making you extremely fatigued so that you won't have the energy to make any more recordings if you're a tarot reader. And that's because you keep exposing more of the truth of what the karmic masculine and dark coven did, making you so tired to the point where you feel like you're going to fall asleep behind the wheel and get into a car crash. Because the demonic entities that they sent you to make you get into a crash, they didn't work. So if you feel like you're falling asleep behind the wheel, if this is the case, please don't drive. Please stay off the road. I know everyone's got shit to do, but for the sake, of safety on the road, see if you can find somebody to give you a ride or if they can give you money for an Uber. Okay? Um, you could be experiencing blurry vision or your eyelids are twitching. Some people are some possible hearing loss, constant migraines, nosebleeds, catching colds, and having severe coughing episodes, and perhaps pneumonia, etc. The mental ailments include the following: trying to make you mentally foggy, which means that they're screwing around with your crown chakra, because the karmic masculine and the opposition are trying to analyze your psyche to see what you're going to do next in regards to the information that you're going to leak out. Attacking you while you're in your dream state so that your dreams don't make sense and to put a damper on your intuition, busy spells, and memory loss, etc. But you know what? Despite the bad shit of that crap, we got this shit, collective. Alright? Love you guys. Stay strong.